When I was a white belt, I learned the scissor sweep, and I thought it was just some kind of fluff that the instructor would show you before they taught you the real Jiu Jitsu moves. And I really couldn't have been more wrong. As a black belt now, I use the scissor sweep all the time. I think the difference is I learned how to set it up using traps and submissions, and that changed the game for me. So if you struggle to sweep people, I'm going to show you why the scissor sweep, the basic move, might be one of the most useful sweeps in Jiu Jitsu. Let's talk about how we first actually execute the basic scissor sweep. And this is probably the most important thing to make sure that your timing is all there and that your mechanics of the sweep are right. We're going to assume that Max already understands how to make a posture, and he's got a good one. So I'm going to take my right hand and I'm going to reach in Max's collar. Since Max has this posture away from me, I don't need to be super deep. A lot of people try to reach so deep in the collar, and it's not really going to help me if I can't break his posture. So I like to grab kind of down here by Max's armpit so that I can get more material of the gi. Now my left hand, I'm going to make a low sleeve grip. I'm fine if you prefer to make a grip up here, but for now, we're going to make a low sleeve. Thumb in, I roll over my four fingers, and I make a wing with my left elbow high. So here's my grip setup. This is very important because now, as I put my feet to the floor and I hip escape to my right knee is going to drive across Max's chest, and my left leg is going to drop to the floor. What I want to do from here is arch my chest, look over my left shoulder, and scissor my legs. Where a lot of people have problems with scissor sweeps is they turn their chest to their partner like this. And when they start to kick, they do this, where my whole body is working against itself. And that doesn't make sense. So I want to put my spine in alignment here. I'm looking the same way my knees and hips are facing. And now, as I keep tension in Max's arm, I pull, look over my left shoulder, scissor my legs, and drive everything to the top position. So I use the sweep to drive on top. So again, really simple here. My partner has made a good posture. I can't break it. My right hand goes in the collar. Low grip, doesn't need to be super deep. I just want fabric. My left hand goes a low sleeve. My feet go to the floor, and I run my hips out. Now, my right knee is going to come across. One thing that I like to make sure that I do, put your hands up here, Max, is have my foot high near Max's armpit and my knee low. Now my left leg is going to drop here. I almost put Max's knee in the pocket of my hamstring. And the motion with my legs is this push-pull scissoring motion. Obviously, Max has arms, so if I kick my leg, it's going to put a hand on the floor. That's why this grip is so important. When I'm here and I run to actually make this sweep, if I'm not putting tension in the arm, Max is going to be able to post his hand on the floor. Another thing that's important is notice Max's hips. They're low. When I do the scissor sweep, look how I put this tension. Watch what happens to his butt. I raise it slightly. Now I scissor my legs. Now I drive everything to the top position. One more time, just from a different angle. Standard scissor sweep, guys. This is day one jiu-jitsu. We're here. He has a nice posture. My right hand goes in the collar. My left hand goes in the sleeve. Feet, hips. Now I bring my right knee across, my left leg drops, I look over my shoulder, scissor my legs, I drive everything to the top position. And we've completed a basic scissor sweep. Sometimes we try to run this basic scissor sweep and our partner has a pretty good base. One option that you can run off of a scissor sweep is actually posting on your partner's knee. So this is a good option when I feel like my partner's almost there. So I have my grips, right hand in the collar, left hand on the low sleeve. I run a standard scissor sweep and I kick, but Max is just like basic, just enough. I'm gonna bend my left knee, look here, and I put my toes on Max's knee. As I push with my left foot, I make the same scissoring motion. I drive everything to the top position. One thing that's important to note is how my foot actually works here. So I am not just doing this with my left foot. It's not a push and kick. What I'm actually doing is pushing Max's knee, and then I am pointing my toes and sweeping across. So I move his leg, sweep across. That's the motion. So I'm here with Max. He has a nice posture. Collar sleeve. I run the scissor sweep the same way. Pay very close attention to my left foot. I go back. I'm going to go super slow. Push, sweep. and then I bring him up. Be careful not to push someone out of your depth, right? If I don't have super long legs, I can't go all the way extended. Even if I do have long legs, I don't want to lose his leg. So I go just enough to move him, point the toes, pull across. One time just from this angle here, we run the same scissor sweep, just very standard. Collar and sleeve. Feet on the floor, hips out. I kick, kick, kick. He's not going anywhere. Bend the left knee. I push, sweep across. I drive everything to the top. And we end up sweeping our opponent using a scissor sweep, but now having a little extra push when Max has solid base. When we talk about scissor sweeps, it's really important that we understand using the sweep as a setup for something else. And I think this is the difference maker when we talk about how to use your scissor sweep for things that aren't just a sweep to mount. One option that we have, one of my all-time favorites, is to use the scissor sweep to get up, and then I can also use it to attack the back. So all I'm gonna do is put my right hand in the collar, left hand in the sleeve, and I'm gonna put real heat on the sweep. So I do the sweep the exact same way. I start to kick, but look how Max made his knees wide. And so as I arch my body and kick, 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 nothing happens. Now, remember one thing. If I know nothing else, it is zero risk to put my foot on his hip and close my guard and just go back to safety. But I want to have options. So here I threaten with the sweep. Max is not going anywhere. I'm going to release my left hand and I'm going to post up to my elbow. Now it's very important that I keep this grip in the collar. It does me two things. It keeps Max far away, and in a minute, it's gonna pull him closer. So I need this grip. My right knee is gonna stay in the chest and belly like this to create almost a knee shield to keep Max from driving into me. And now what I wanna do is give my best Heisman pose. I'm gonna push, stiff arm Max away here. I'm gonna start to build to my left knee. Using my hand, I come up, I build all the way to my left knee, and now look how I'm gonna square my hips here. Remember I said I have this grip? I use the collar to drag Max to the side, here. And now I start to walk to my left. From this position, I want my left knee next to Max's ankle and my right foot posted. I'm gonna make a seatbelt grip. At the same time, my right knee is gonna drive in the space. So watch my right arm and my right knee work together. One, I connect my hands here, making a seatbelt grip. I post my left foot behind Max's hips and I drive everything over to the side, kicking my hooks in and finishing right here on the back. Now we're ready to take the back and start finishing using different strangles from a scissor sweep. So again, from a different angle. We're here. Max is in my closed guard. I have a right hand in the collar and a left hand in the sleeve. I run my sweep the same way, but Max doesn't go anywhere. I release the sleeve, build. Now look how I'm gonna come up. Hips, knee, square. You could be done here and use this to just disengage, but I wanna have counter offense. So my hand in the collar pulls Max down. I walk to my left, I post. Look where I am. From here, my right hand comes over, I punch my knee through, and I connect my hands in this seatbelt grip. Putting my chest to Max's back, I'm gonna push off my left foot, drive everything to the side. Once my bottom hook comes in, my top hook follows, and we end up on the back, ready to finish our opponent. One more time, just a little bit faster. It's gonna look like this. We run our same sweep, collar and sleeve. I kick, 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 post, build, and drag. From here, seatbelt grip, and I look to take the back. This is a really good way to set someone up using a scissor sweep. It's a great way to get off the bottom if you feel stuck, because I use the sweep to threaten him, and then I start to come up. Another way that we can start setting our opponent up with traps from a scissor sweep is to look to attack his arm. And this is a great explanation of a 1-2 setup, right? So I'm using the sweep to threaten Max, but I'm actually looking to attack his arm. If I get the sweep, even better. If I don't, no problem, I'm gonna take your arm. Looks like this. We start from the same position, right hand in the collar, left hand in the sleeve. I need to make sure that in this case, I have a nice low sleeve grip here. As I throw to kick my scissor sweep here, I kick, 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 Max doesn't fall. I'm gonna take my left foot, and I'm gonna place it on Max's hip like this. What I wanna do from here is actually point my knee slightly up to trap Max's elbow behind it. And now I straighten my right leg and I start to kick up in Max's armpit like this. And I angle myself all the way to the other side so that I can throw my leg and attack a standard arm bar. So let's rotate this way. So again, we start all of this using a basic scissor sweep. I'm here, hand in the collar, hand in the sleeve. I throw my scissor sweep, kick, 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 left foot on the hip. Notice my right leg is going to kick straight, and I'm going to start to climb up Max's back this way, and now look how I chop. Boom. I want to pinch my knee next to Max's shoulder, and I want to chop like I'm taking a bite out of Max's lat. Now, with the same grips, I don't release because he's going to take his arm free. With the same grips, I brush Max's hair using my left hamstring here. I want to pull my heel down, making sure that my hamstring is above Max's ear. I pinch my knees. I don't cross my feet. My knees need to be pinched here. Both hands are now going to release and go to the wrists, and I nice and easy bridge my hips. I get a strong finish on an arm bar from my scissor sweep. Couple things to note here, guys. Max has a nice posture, collar and sleeve. I run my scissor sweep, kick, I have the arm extended. If I don't put good pressure on this sweep, Max is just going to get really tight, and now he's not threatened. So I want pressure on the sweep to make Max have a little bit of an off-balancing effect here. Now my left foot goes on the hip, and look at the angle. I'm eye to eye with Max right now. When I kick, I'm now looking in Max's ear. I want my right leg high underneath his lat and then chopping through. This is the position I set the arm bar from. Tension in the arm. If I lose the arm, I lose it all. Now my left leg goes over his head. I pinch my knees and point my toes. I take two hands on the wrist and I bridge my hips. And I get a strong finish using the arm bar off of our scissor sweep. So I know what you're thinking. If my partner is this tough where he doesn't get the sweep, what if he rips the arm out on the way to the scissor sweep? I'm not worried about it. I have a counterattack to his defense. I used my scissor sweep just a second ago to set up an arm bar. With Max here, I threw the sweep, I kicked, my foot went to the hip, and I angled off. But before I could get any pressure on the arm bar, Max rips his arm free. Well, now this is a problem because I can't arm bar him. But the nice thing about how we set this up, guys, I had my right leg under his armpit. It's like a double action here. Come back with the arm. Look, I have both arms in play right now. So even if Max rips this arm free, now we take our left hand and we go palm facing us. We reach under our right shin. So I go from here to here. I make a figure four of my legs like this here. And now my right hand is going to release the collar. And I'm going to reach back towards Max's pants. I want to grab the end of his pants. I'm going to punch the pants towards the wall, and I'm going to actually kick my feet towards the camera. So look how I rotate everything. One. I want weight on Max's shoulder. I want my right arm to punch his leg to flatten him. Now I post my left hand. I start to sit up. From here, I bump my hips away. 1, 2. I pull my heels close to my butt like a windshield wiper. And I'm going to bring my hips off the floor. I'm going to drive my head towards Max's far shoulder for a strong Omaplata finish. The Omaplata works because Max's hand is tucked in the pocket of my hip. If it was over here, I would want to move it back to this inside hip position. My right hand is going to switch to around Max's waist so he doesn't roll to escape. And from here, again, the finish is just hips up and head forward this way. So again, we ran into this double action arm bar. I'm here. Scissor sweep. I kick. I move the arm bar, but Max pulls the sleeve. From here, catch, catch. Now notice how I'm going to push and rotate. Look at the hand. Now I sit up, come all the way to the hips. I bump my hips away, windshield wiper, and hips come forward. Omaplata. One more time. Same position. One thing that's very important, when I kick this through, I make this attack. As Max pulls the arm, I need to keep him tight. My palm has to be facing me. I don't like this, it's too much space. Here, here. Now I figure four my legs, I release the collar, and I grab right here on the pants. We don't want to grab inside the pants because that's illegal for tournaments, so we grab outside. Now as I angle off, I punch, 1, weight on the shoulder. I start to sit up, control the hips, and I bump. Notice from here, I'm gonna separate my hips from Max's and windshield wiper, keeping the elbow tucked. Now I just bring my hips up and forward. I get a strong finish using an Omaplata. This is a really good way to set someone up from a scissor sweep. We trap them. We go scissor sweep, armbar, and finally, Omaplata. Sometimes when you try to throw a scissor sweep, your partner gives you a really tight reaction and they tuck that back elbow. In this case, I set him up using a triangle. So it's gonna be the same approach, same setup, but lead to a different finish. So in this case, you'll notice I'm gonna be right here with Max. And he's gonna have this posture, but notice his elbow went from here to here. So now when I try to make my scissor sweep, you'll notice I can't even get my knee across. In cases like this, I'm gonna bring my right knee over Max's bicep. And now, look how I'm gonna push his grip off this way. I break the grip with my shin. My left foot is gonna go to Max's hip. And now, before we switch our right leg to make an armbar, now my right leg's gonna come over, chop the neck, and we're gonna go triangle. I make a figure 4, and I bring Max's arm across my body. From here, my left hand is gonna grab my right shin. I'm gonna start to angle off underneath Max's hips. I post, angle, angle. I bring my knee high, I open, and I close everything nice and tight for a strong finish with a triangle choke. So again, here, we have the nice grip, collar and sleeve. I throw my scissor sweep, but look how Max tucked his elbow. I bring my knee over, guys, here. If I try to throw the triangle from this position without breaking the grip, I'm actually gonna run into getting my guard pass because I don't have the grip off me. So I need to push first here. Look how I took the grip off. Now my left foot goes on the hip. Now notice where my head's gonna go when I chop his neck, to the right. So I have to angle off, okay? Rotate here, Max. So once I chop the neck, I angle right, I chop, and I figure 4 my legs. I'm gonna bring Max's arm across my body, catch my shin, and now I start to angle. My right hand goes under, I angle, I bring my knee high, I open, and I close. I make a strong triangle choke off of my scissor sweep. Again, we're here. Max has a nice posture. He's doing a good job stopping the sweep. I come out, tuck your elbow. I can't get the elbow through. I'm gonna come over. Now look how I push. 1, left foot, right foot. Figure 4, I bring the arm across, catch my shin, and I angle. And now we've used our scissor sweep to actually set up one of my favorite chokes, the triangle. A little bonus for the end of this, when I play a scissor sweep, one of the reasons I love this sweep so much is that it opens up different attacks from open guard. It's kind of a universal approach. And the reason I say this is because I can use my scissor sweep to set up collar sleeve guard. And if I set up collar sleeve guard, I'm basically doing whatever I want. I can go to De La Hiva, reverse De La Hiva, lasso, whatever you like to play, but I can set it up from closed guard. So again, I'm here. Max is giving me good reactions. Maybe Max is a really good black belt and I feel like I can't sweep him with a scissor sweep. That's okay. I use it to set him up. What's cool is maybe I get the low-hanging fruit. I throw the scissor sweep, maybe he falls here. Better for me. But if he doesn't, I throw the sweep, 1. And I notice Max is just really, really talented. I can't armbar him. I can't triangle him. It's going to be an issue. But I don't want to stop. I need a score here. What I like to do is take my left foot and put it on my partner's belly. And now I push to break the posture. I open my right knee, and my right foot's going to go in Max's collarbone and push to break the grip. And now we're in collar sleeve guard. Here's the cool thing about collar sleeve guard. My favorite attack from collar sleeve is to catch a spider here, open, and scissor sweep my partner. So I actually use the scissor sweep to build into collar sleeve to do another scissor sweep. So one more time here. We're building from closed to open. I throw my scissor sweep, Max doesn't fall. I'm gonna put my left foot on his belly. Push, open, and now I press into collar sleeve. If Max doesn't hold my pants here, it's an easy thing to start looking for triangles again. But if he's holding my pants, I make a spider grip. I use this to elevate Max, drop my left foot, and scissor. everything over, moving into mount. So again, this is a big reason why I like to use the scissor sweep for different setups. You have all kinds of approaches, all kinds of attacks, all off of the day one scissor sweep. Guys, a few points in this video, we referenced attacking the back. If you want to see my complete guide to back attacks, you can check it out right here. If you also want to check out our free Jiu Jitsu library, no strings attached, you can check it out at coreprobjj.com or click right here.